This is a special news bulletin. Today is International Laugh at the Hazers Day. That's right. Anytime we get to witness the Hazers participate in block pushing, we celebrate this wonderful holiday. My name is Madman, and I am so grateful to be with you as we watch the nameless gray faces put on their dull uniforms for no apparent reason. Before we write a new chapter in this holiday's rich history, let's take a look at where it came from. The Hazers are a marble team that originated in 2018. They hail from a mountainous region that for years was only rumored to exist. We did see traces of their homeland, but it was just a bad Marbula 1 track, so I think everyone's fine not knowing more about where they came from. In Marble League 2018, the Hazers would go on to finish 6th, an impressive performance for a rookie team. Things were looking up for this mysterious squad, but how long can they keep up their success? We've heard about the main character of our story, but now it's time to introduce the hero, block pushing. An event which saw a few iterations over the years, but has since molded into an event as predictable as balancing. Same premise, same track, and same results for the Hazers. They are horrible at this event. The first time the Hazers participated in block pushing was in the 2019 qualifiers. If you want a taste of how this video is going to go, here it is.
Hazers with that early lead, but it doesn't come out to much, as the Chocolatiers are going to take this one, 95-1.
Their second push ended up being much better than their first, but they still placed last in their heat. In fact, they placed 19th overall out of 20 teams, only beating the Crazy Cat's Eyes, who are also historically bad at block pushing. This goes on to be the only point the Hazers have ever scored in block pushing to date. And it's more hilarious because even if you place last, you'd still get a point in this scoring system. The Hazers have literally done the bare minimum in this event. Nevertheless, they qualified for the 2019 Marble League, where they get to face the Blocks again in Event 7. The Hazers are 2nd overall in the standings at this point in the season. They need to have a standout performance. And they did, for all the wrong reasons. It was an ugly showcase of strength, but at this point in their young span, maybe it's just bad luck. The Hazers would succeed overall despite this shortcoming and place 3rd in their sophomore season. They've mastered the rest of the league, but how far can they really go with this clear hindrance? 2020 rolls around and block pushing takes on yet another new format. Hazers have taken an entire year to train and prepare. Nothing can stop them this time. They take dead last again. Hazers, you know you're supposed to push the block, not lift it, right? This is starting to turn into a comedy of errors. 3 different iterations and the Hazers have been horrible in all of them. It's becoming a nightmare scenario. At this point, I'd like to take a moment to credit the single most important part of the history of this wonderful holiday. This card, which was made in the run-up to Marble League 2021, put the Hazers on the map as the worst block-pushing team ever. If they flew under the radar before, they wouldn't after this. And so, block pushing rolled around again. This iteration would go on to be the permanent format for the event. 4 runs, best 2 are counted. The Hazers graciously made sure this card wouldn't be outdated, by getting dead last for the 3rd time in a row. Have the Hazers just surrendered their confidence? They have amassed more attention being bad in this event than most teams do if they're good at it. But once again, the league marches on whether they like it or not. And the Hazers don't like it. They choke away a final podium in Marble League 2021 by placing last in Marble Cross. To the Hazers' credit, this wasn't because of block pushing. They were able to once again rise above their yearly collapse and keep on fighting. It just didn't end as well for them this time. With a heartbreaking finish to the Marble League and an awful performance in Marbula 1, the organization decided to part ways with Hazy. This would go on to be one of the most controversial off-season moves ever. Even in the future, I imagine this will still be among the worst decisions made by a Marble front office. Without their longtime captain, the Hazers failed to qualify for Marble League 2022. Their next appearance would be in the Showdown. And here we are, present day. Still reeling from this defeat, the Hazers need to put on the brakes and pull themselves together. The infamous event is on the horizon. Like all good block-pushing teams do, the Hazers must confront their fears head-on and force their way past.
And the Wolfpack now. It looks like the Hazers will be the first to impact. Oh, but they lost their own momentum completely.
Of course, the Hazers are not a good block-pushing team. I know they've been bad at this event, but this was disastrously bad. The Hazers account for 5 of the top 6 worst pushes in modern block pushing. 4 of those runs were from today. These results stand on their own. I can crunch numbers and take averages and display graphs and compare performances all I want, but at some point it just doesn't seem worth it. The Hazers have given it up, and it shows. They've been relegated. The Hazers show up year after year to an event where they have been humiliated and still find ways to get worse. The narrative has been written. Their fate is all but assured. Honestly, I admire their dedication. This team has the confidence to try anyway. If I was in that position, I wouldn't show up. I'd forfeit when the event rears its head again, just so I can avoid the laughter. But the Hazers still go to the starting gate. That's impressive in its own right. Even if the result is the same, even if they're horrible until the end of time, it's good that they still try. I think that's a lesson we all can learn. Keep on pushing that block, even if it doesn't go very far. Besides, the Hazers are talented in their own right. They've found something nobody can best them in. Sure, it's ridiculous, but it's not the worst thing in the world. The entire Marvel universe is unpredictable. It's good to have something we can all fall back on. So thank you, Hazers. Thank you for making us laugh. I hope you can make it out of the Showdown next year, so Team Galactic can beat you the right way. International Laugh at the Hazers Day will always be a great tradition. But please, laugh respectfully. Don't put yourself in hot water. Trust me, I've been there, it's not worth it. The Hazers are forever my least favorite team, but I consider them rivals, not enemies. So, have a happy International Laugh at the Hazers Day. Thank you for watching, enjoy the end of the Marble League, and as always, reach for the stars.
Make amends. The Hazers will once again be the first to hit, and they've lost it again. That fourth marble failing to connect for that final flourish at the end. Yeah, look at the contact between number 3 and 4 in that one already, versus, for instance, down at the bottom, the turtle sliders.